Good morning. My name is Sarah and I'll be conducting your IELTS speaking test today. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Alex Carter.
Thank you, Alex. Could you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Manchester, in the north of England, but I've been living in London for about 3 years now.
Thank you. Now, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's start with where you live. Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a flat. It's a one-bedroom flat in the centre of London. I've been living there for about 2 years.
And do you enjoy living there?
Very much. I love being in the city centre. Everything is so convenient. The transport links are excellent, and there are lots of restaurants and shops nearby.
What would you change about where you live if you could?
Honestly, I'd love more space. City centre flats tend to be quite small. A garden would be wonderful, but that's quite rare in London.
Let's talk about work. Do you work or are you a student?
I work full-time. I'm a teacher at a secondary school here in London. I've been teaching for 5 years.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
I think what I enjoy most is seeing my students progress. When a student finally understands something difficult, that's incredibly rewarding. It makes all the hard work worthwhile.
And what are the challenges?
The biggest challenge is probably managing a large class. Some classes have 30 students, and it can be quite demanding to give everyone individual attention. But I've learned to handle it over the years.
Would you like to change your career in the future?
Not really. I'm very passionate about education. However, I would love to move into teacher training one day, helping other teachers improve their skills and techniques.
Now let's talk about hobbies. What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
I have quite a few hobbies. I love reading, mainly history books and biographies. I also enjoy cooking and trying out new recipes at the weekend.
How long have you enjoyed reading?
Since I was very young, probably since I was about 8. My parents always encouraged me to read, and I've never stopped. I try to read at least 1 book per month.
Do you prefer reading physical books or e-books?
I definitely prefer physical books. There's something very special about holding a real book. Although I do use my e-reader when I'm traveling, because it's much more convenient.
Has your taste in books changed over the years?
Absolutely! When I was younger, I mainly read adventure stories. Now I prefer historical fiction and biographies. I find real stories much more fascinating.
Let's talk about food. Do you enjoy cooking?
Yes, very much. I cook most of my meals at home. I find it much healthier and more cost-effective than eating out every day.
What kind of food do you most enjoy cooking?
I love cooking Italian food, pasta dishes mainly. I also enjoy experimenting with different cuisines. Last week, I tried cooking a Thai curry for the first time, and it turned out really well.
Do you think people today eat more healthily than in the past?
I think there's much more awareness about healthy eating now. People are much more conscious of what they put in their bodies. However, fast food is still incredibly popular, so it's a mixed picture really.
Do you think the way people eat will change in the future?
I think plant-based diets will become much more mainstream. There's a growing awareness of the environmental impact of meat, and with food technology advancing, I think we'll see some very interesting alternatives in the future.
Now let's talk about transport. How do you usually travel around your city?
I mainly use public transport, the underground and buses mostly. London's public transport system is very extensive, so it's usually the quickest option.
Do you enjoy using public transport?
Mostly yes, it's very convenient. although it can get very crowded during rush hour, which is a bit stressful sometimes. I usually try to travel outside of peak times if I can.
Do you think cities should do more to encourage people to use public transport?
Absolutely! Reducing car usage in cities is so important for the environment. I think making public transport cheaper and more reliable would encourage a lot more people to leave their cars at home.
How do you think transport will change in the future?
I think electric vehicles will become the norm very soon. And I'm really excited about the potential of self-driving cars. Although I think it will be quite a long time before we see them everywhere.
Let's talk about the weather. What's the weather like in your country?
Well, I'm British, so the weather is famously unpredictable. We can have 4 seasons in a single day sometimes. It rains quite a lot, especially in autumn and winter. But we do get some lovely warm summers occasionally.
Do you think the weather affects people's mood?
Definitely. I notice that people seem much happier and more energetic on sunny days. There's actually a condition called seasonal affective disorder, where people feel low in mood during the darker winter months. So yes, weather absolutely affects how people feel.
Do you think climate change is affecting the weather in your country?
Yes, I think it definitely is. Our summers seem to be getting hotter and our winters milder. We're also seeing more extreme weather events like flooding and storms, which weren't as common when I was growing up. It's quite worrying, really.
That's the end of part 1, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex did quite well in this test. He extended his answers, used good vocabulary, and spoke confidently. Before we finish, here are the most important tips for IELTS Speaking Part 1. Tip number 1, always extend your answers. Never just say yes or no. Give a reason and an example. Tip number 2, use a variety of vocabulary. Instead of saying good, say wonderful or fantastic or incredibly enjoyable. Tip number 3, speak naturally and confidently. The examiner wants to hear you communicate, not recite a perfect script. Tip number 4, don't memorize answers. Examiners can tell immediately if you have memorized something. Speak naturally from the heart. And tip number 5, practice every single day. Even 5 minutes of speaking practice makes a huge difference over time. Before you go, don't stop here. Every video here helps you improve your IELTS speaking step by step. If you found this video helpful, subscribe now and start practicing with us every week. See you in the next video.